We back. Yes, sir, with another One Piece video. It's been a minute, but I wanted to combine the two because it's like going to be like a week break. Anyway, with the last chapters, I was like, let me just, do both of them back to back so I get like the full One Piece experience for you guys and whatnot. So, we got chapters 168 and 169. Both good chapters, and let's hop into it. First things first, bro. I'm even going to hold you. I'm like a slight Harold, not a like Harold's a good guy, bro, but like, dude is he's such a full tweak, like an actual, he's a full on tweak, bro. Like the, it felt so obvious, like, bro, like you should. I get what he's trying to do, bro. Like he wants his country to be great. He wants to like get rid of that image of the Elbaf and giants, being like this warrior race and whatnot. I get that. I get that. I get the length he's going to do that. But, like, at the same time, bro, like, again, last chapter, him, like, breaking off his horn, saying, I'm willing to be a slave for you and whatnot. Like, the path you're going down to, set your people on a good path, I don't fully agree with, bro. And I feel like that's kind of like the message, too, and whatnot. So, like, just going through chapter 168, the whole chapter's like, let's go through it step by step. Let's go through it step by step. At the very beginning, if you will. Yeah, so like the whole chapter is like kind of showing like the fruits of his labor is like working out. We see like giants and the Marines and whatnot doing good. People are starting to like warm up to the giants. Like his plan and like the things he's doing to like show that the giants are like can be a kind, useful people to the world is working and whatnot. That's cute. And then we get like a conversation with him and Saul and whatnot. And like they're talking about like how he's doing all this for Ida too, because Ida finally passed away from being sick, being poisoned from last chapter and whatnot, from like the Hater family and whatnot. And then we had like a conversation between the two, and Ida's saying like how like she wishes how like she likes the Elbaf warrior, the Giants warrior pride and whatnot. She's telling Harold like, hey, listen, I get that you want the Giants to have like this new image of like being kind and whatnot, but at the same time, don't throw away your whole culture. Then like completely change your culture. Like there's some aspects of the culture that can still be respectable and loved from you guys. And I feel like going back to Luffy at the beginning of like the whole about arc and like seeing like the baby, not the baby, like the young Elbaf or giant warriors and whatnot, them being kind of soft, not really being warriors, and like them losing that warrior pride. And I feel like it's supposed to be a balance. I guess you can still have your warrior pride, but at the same time you can still have like this race of giants who are also kind as well, who aren't full on tyrants, but at the same time still have that warrior pride and edge to them. And I feel like that's going to probably be like the ending narrative, or probably the overarching arc. It's an overarching narrative. The point is, I feel like I said that so many times. I know. Yeah, I'm going to pound with this. I know like the whole ending idea is this balance between having pride in yourself, but also moving your people forward, to discarding like the things that the stereotypes people have against you guys. We can still have our things we're proud of. It doesn't need to discard our whole being just to fit in with society. I think that's the goal Oda has for the Giants, like this whole Elbaf arc. So any Hoosies, moving forward, we then move on to Harold going back to Mary Joy's, and at this point he's doing good. Like the five arrows are happy with him and whatnot. And like I think it's time for you to get this I think it's like the Deeper Sea contract, whatever it's called, and meet Emu and whatnot. So it goes there, and then like he's like surprised, like, oh my god, someone's on the throne. It's like, hey, that doesn't matter. Here's your Deep Sea contract or Deeper Sea contract. He got stronger. He feels like stronger. He says, and also get immortality as well on top of that. And then also, if you there's a pentagram too. Like if you have a contract, the Deep Sea contract can teleport any pentagram around the world. And they told him, hey, listen, now is your time to paint the pentagram in front and on Elbaf, so go to Elbaf whenever you want. So, moving forward, what's his face? Harold is now at Elbaf, and now he's sitting there grimly. He's upset. He's like, I wonder what happened. Emu was like, hey, listen, I need you to mobilize the Giants to, join the Marines. They're going to be a part of like my new army and whatnot. And Harold, being the guy is like, bro, my whole mission was to have them not be seen as this force of nature. These warrior race. We're trying to be, more peaceful. And he was like, "Hey, bro, I really don't care about that. That is an order. You're in a deep sea contract, or deeper sea contract. What is this? What is it called? I want to say it's like deeper sea contract. It's something kind of silly. It's kind of silly. 14 years later. We'll just call it the deeper sea contract. If it pops up again, I'll say it, or I'll let it be known. Yeah. So what was I going at? Yeah. So Harold's upset. He's like, "Hey, I'm not going to do that." Then Emu like enforces his will upon him because like when you make that deep sea contract, at that point you're kind of like you're an actual slave. Like you have to do exactly what Emu says. So Harold's trying to stop himself, and then like a guard trying to figure out what's going on with him. And then like he like kills the guard, so like he's not even in control of his body anymore at this point. So at that point, Harold calls Jarul and the Elder and Loki to come in to try something because like he's going crazy right now. Like he wants the guards to like take him out as well, and like it shows like his immortality as well. Like he gets stabbed by all the guards at this point. Well, he didn't get that's next chapter. That's next chapter. But yeah. But that was a chapter right there. And then like he wanted Hiruzen to be there as well, but like Hiruzen's out at sea. So yeah, the whole chapter was just the falling off of you finally got the deep sea contract. You thought you got what you wanted, but in the end, Emu had other plans for you guys. He wants you guys to be a part of his army, and Ozzy didn't want that. Said no, and now Emu's starting to use the deep sea contract against Harold, control him and whatnot to do bad things. Next chapter is when we really get into it, 169. And I'm glad we waited that week, bro, because I could just talk about that instead of waiting. Oh, we also got like a cool spread of like Rox and his crew. It was fresh. We now officially know Rox's hair is white and blue. I feel like that was already shown somewhere. I don't remember where though. But I like Rox's hair. It's a nice color. The white and blue, it works. It works thoroughly. It's man, bro, I'm so upset Rox died. And also too, like the fight. Looking back at it now, like hype died down. Like the fight between like Rox and Roger. And Garp, that felt kind of short too. Even like with his fight against Emu too, like all them bigging up, like that also felt kind of short. That was like quick. I feel like they could have went a little bit harder for sure. They could have gave us like a little bit more fighting, because you're like even like the fight between Rox and Roger, that felt kind of off screen. You know what I mean? It was like a couple clashes. And it was like fast forward, all tired, one shot. We gotta focus our hockey at one point. It was just bruh. Overall, the Rox flashback was great, but like when it came to that fight, bro, I did kind of want a little bit more from them for sure. I guess Oda's probably leaving that up to the animators, because the animators do be adding like a lot of stuff, like especially like a good example like modern day. It's like Lucy versus Zoro, bro. Like that was really for sure like a quick panel, quick fight. But like in the anime, they really drugged that and like made that like a really fun fight and whatnot. So they might do the same with Rox. Hopefully they do, because that fight needs the love. How do I go? I was talking about the picture, yeah. So back to 169. This time it cuts to Shanks talking to Gaiamon. They're talking about like how Roger has a kid. His name is Ace, and like Shanks like, oh, I have like a whole new brother. That's kind of nice and whatnot. And then, like, he explains to Guy about, like, the deep sea contracts and how, like, when you have, like, he has, like, the lowest level. So, like, when you're on the island, or when you're on Mary Jo, they can hear the conversation. So, when you're outside of Mary Jo, you can, like, have conversation and whatnot, even though you have the contract on you. And also, what else? While on Mary Jo, you're also in control. They have, like, slight control of you if you have the deep sea contract. Let me double check. What do they say? We're both also shallow pact. Sir, the Great One. Yeah. When you're in range, so when you're on Mary Jo, you can't defy orders. But like when you're out of range, especially with the deep sea contract, you start to follow orders and whatnot. So yeah, back to Harold. At this point, all the guards are attacking him and whatnot. He's realized like he's slowly losing control of his body too. Like he has like no control, and slowly losing himself, and he can't disobey his order. And like now he's like, dang, he's upset because like he did all his work practically for nothing. Because again, did all this work just for them to be like, hey, listen, you're gonna be a warrior race anyway, or the warrior race that's gonna be like, evil, take over the world with me and whatnot. So like he's just like having like all this, regret and sadness. Like you see in his eyes, too, he's like very upset. And I was like telling his men, I need to die, bro. Because like if I don't die, it would be like a huge threat right now too, and whatnot to you guys. Because I'm immortal and strong, and my orders are to like force you guys to take over the world and be Emu's enforcers. So moving on, talk about Harold, the Pact, and then it's just Shanks and Gaiaban talking about the contract. And like if Harold gets it, that'll be a bad thing because he'll be shooting on the thumb. So they don't know that Harold actually got the deep sea contract already. So just more shenanigans going on foot, and they probably should have stopped him. So yeah, now we did the good stuff. Loki comes in, trying to figure out what's going on with his dad. His dad explains the whole situation. He's saying, "Hey, listen, Loki, I need you to kill me, eat the devil fruit also, and then like tell them how like I failed and whatnot." Just he's kind of getting mopey at this point. Not mopey, but like just that's what I'm looking for. There's a word for it. But the point is, man, just practically being like, bro, I failed. I'm a horrible person. Tell everybody how, like, I'm a bad king and how I just dropped the ball, stuff like that. And Loki's like, bro, what are you on right now, bro? You're kind of tweaking out. Like, and then he's like telling them, hey, they have to kill him as well. Oh, yeah, it's explaining to like how his sanity's slipping also. Like, yeah, okay, everything's going on. Okay, so here's the exact quote. Like, spread the word about how I was tricked, ended up in this miserable state. They wanted me to enslave our people as warriors for the government. Yep. Then at that point, yeah, okay, so Harold's telling him how he wants Loki to eat the fruit so he'll become king, and also that'll be like the only fruit strong that's like help beat Harold at this point. So all that's going on. Then I think Harold just snaps, and at that point he like becomes fully in control. Emu's will becomes fully takes over Harold completely. So like he's still Harold, but like at this point it's kind of like Emu's pawn. Like he's different now. He's like, he's probably like an evil pawn. Like he's like him, but not him. If that makes sense. So at that point his sanity is gone, and like he's starting to attack people and whatnot. And now he's trying to go for the fruit as well. So Loki's rushing over to get the fruit. Jarul's trying to stop him. Then like that's how we figure out how Jarul got like the sword stuck in his head. It's because of Harold stabbing him in his head. Then what's he face? Shanks and Gaiaban come in to like try to help with stopping Harold because since like I think it was like a huge surge of hockey, was it? That's what they noticed. So they came in to help out. Loki gets to the treasure room, sees the fruit in this chest. There we go. And behind it is a hammer, and that hammer tries to attack Loki. And that's the end of the chapter. I think I summarized it pretty well. Just a good spark notes. Yeah. Harold did go crazy. He was like attacking guards, practically killing all these men and whatnot. It's pretty insane. Yeah, Harold was just kind of going Sycamore right now. Then, yeah, behind the chest was a hammer. The hammer there attacked Loki. That's the end of the chapter. So, yeah, overall, for back-to-back chapters, this is pretty good, bro. Like, it's kind of like you said. It was like full circle. Like, this man said he was okay with being a slave if it meant for the salvation of his people. And, like, he did end up becoming a slave. Like, they took your word to it. But, like, at this point, they're going to use you to be that slave to, like, instead be the detriment of your people instead of, the benefit of the people you wanted to be. So that's just like is the word ironic? I think it might be ironic, bro. That's just really sad, bro. Like you're willing to become a slave, but instead of being a slave to free your people, you're going to be the slave to enslave your people, which is insane work. Then also like this devil fruit too. I'm pretty sure Loki ate it because like we saw him bound in I think it's called Helheim or Hell, the underworld of Elbaf, tied up in sea stones. So I'm pretty sure he did eat the devil fruit. So I'm excited to see what the devil fruit is. They might show it this chapter, or they might show it. They might show it next chapter. They might show it outside the flashback, whatever it is. But I feel like also we got the hammer too. I think that might be enchanted, or maybe it the devil fruit as well. I don't know. But overall, bro, like these chapters, both of them are just really solid, just showing like Harold's methods weren't it. Like his heart was in the right place, but like the things you were doing forward, whether that being a willing slave to a government to like help free your people, then also throwing out your culture as well and trying to set like a new culture, just forgetting everything about who you were. Like everything you were doing to boast your people up were also at the same time hindering people, because again, there's no shame in your warrior pride, but like, you know, the act you were doing with your warrior pride wasn't it. So again, you know, being like these hardcore warrior races who, you know, don't want to mix them in with other giants and whatnot. Like in like last chapter was something about that too. Like, you know, our culture with Ida, like our culture, he was saying like how our culture would allow us to get married and whatnot. And yes, that is true, but like there's other aspects of the culture you can, you know, be proud of and want to keep. Like don't throw out the whole, what is the phrase? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I think that's the phrase. Like, you know, keep, you know, the good parts, but throw out the bad parts, if that makes sense. And I feel like Harrow went to the whole bad extreme of it, and then this the fruits of it. You know, you now being an official slave, not doing what you wanted. Now at this point, doing the exact thing which you were against, which is having your people be like this evil warrior race. You know, going out, you know, cause destruction and whatnot. So yeah, good chapter. I like both of them, to be honest. Like back to back, these chapters are like really good. I can't wait to see what the Devil Fruit is. Hopefully it's gas. Like my thought process is it might be the World Serpent. That's what I think it is. That would be kind of cool. But again, like how would the World Serpent be like a hard counter to immortality? Because like Harold was thinking like if you eat this Devil Fruit, it'll be strong enough to stop me. So, well, it's like the World Serpent's like, you know, cool gimmick that will like allow that to happen is the thing. Maybe it eats something like, what could it be? Because the World Serpent is like known for being gigantic, but also at the same time like eating itself. And also like with the legend, if I remember correctly, like his stomach acids were like very poisonous to Thor too. So maybe like the poison, maybe that's like a type of poison that goes with it. I don't know, bro. We'll just have to wait and see what it is. But I think this might be like a really cool Devil Fruit. I'm really hoping it's a cool Devil Fruit. Hopefully that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah. But I rambled long enough. I don't know what's going on. I've been yapping these past few videos, bro. Like, I've just been talking and talking. Which is the whole point of the channel, bro. But I didn't realize I've been talking this much. Like, it's flowing out of me, I guess. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel right here. And all that nice, fun stuff. And, yeah, be easy, y'all, alright?